And it's lights out and away we go. We get bogged down at the start, we're just not getting the launch we really need. Go right around the outside of my feet into this downhill corner. I actually lock up the brakes, almost hit the barrier on the right hand side there, miss it by probably about a foot or two. I've got a much better launch off that corner this time. So we're going to make a move down the inside. He's still on the outside though, and I'm going to try and outbrake him. He's defends the inside. We're now into the back of Nelson Piquet, who's in second, and we could get him here as it's a run to the line. Hey guys, Matt here, and welcome back to the rFactor Ayrton Senna career. We're at the jewel of the calendar in Monaco. As you see, a slide right through the tunnel there. They're heading down to a really quick chicane now. It's almost flat out. There's been a car off there. I'm not quite sure who that is as we head into Tabac. This lap so far has been a solid lap. I think I'm actually up on the leaders at the moment on only my first lap in practice, but heading through there, I tapped the barrier and I've instantly got a puncture from just tapping the barrier. So it just shows how easily you can get damage to the car. But you can see the AI start to make a few mistakes. That's Nigel Mansell crashing through the chicane. You see an onboard of his crash from Tombé's car, crashing heavily there. And the Chesers also made the mistake there. And I believe my teammate Johnny Chicotto, as you can see, also crashing at that really quick chicane. So quite a lot of drivers making mistakes. But heading up into the casino corner now, moved on to my third lap in practice. And heading through here, I missed the apex on there, but heading out the corner, I get a big tank slapper, almost heads the inside wall. They're going to see a replay just about now, and yeah, I almost put it in the wall on the inside there, and it's almost a heavy accident, but I get the line right through there. I miss the apex slightly, and I get on the power far too early here. You see in slow motion, I get really close to the outside of the barrier, get a big tank slapper, and almost hit the inside of the barrier there. But moving on to qualifying now, I think I finished about 8th in the practice session, so not bad. But heading through the tunnel now, I've changed the setup a little bit to make the car a little bit more settled. Heading to a quick chicane now, and I take far too much curb there. Clattered the left-hand side of the barrier, but I've not actually got punctures for some reason. So the damage model is a little bit inconsistent, but I decided to carry on because my car's not that damaged. You can see the steering's wobbling a little bit. Heading onto another lap now, I headed to the inside, and the car in front has just decided to cut in front of me. You're going to see a replay just about now, but yeah, I was heading along the straight. I intend to go up the inside, and you'll see the green car just decides to cut to the right across the inside where I was planning to go. And yeah, I can't really take blame for that incident, but not many accidents actually happened in qualifying. This was my quickest lap of the session. I only did about 10 laps in the session, so I'm going to leave you off-board and on-board shots, so enjoy. So despite getting provisional pole position by about 2 seconds over Theo Fabi, I actually slipped down to 5th position in the end because the AI, just like they did in France, actually improved their times quite a bit, which was really surprising. I thought I had pole position until the end because my pace around here was really good. But now we're going to head over to the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix. It's a beautiful day in Monaco as we sit on the grid waiting for the lights to come on. It's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. We get another awful start, a lot of wheel spin there despite using the clutch. We're already down to 7th behind Nigel Mansell and the Lotus as we head through turn 1. There's not been any major accident. I've had a little bit of a tap from behind as we head up through Beau Rivage and up towards Casino behind Nigel Mansell, but we're not quite going to make a move around there, but he's left the door on the outside open, and we're going to make that move stick as we head into the inside of Casino. We've got the inside of that corner. We've made that move on Mansell's stick. As we look down the inside of Winkelhock, there's not quite enough room to make the move there. As we head down into the hairpin for the first time in this race behind Winkelhock, Lafitte up ahead, and the Williams has actually gone into the barrier, and I think he's lost his front wing, so he's starting to hold us up. But heading through Portier now and into the tunnel, we're a little bit behind Winkelhock as we head through the tunnel for the first time in this race, and he's starting to open up a little bit of a gap as we head down to this very quick chicane. I'm just going to call it the quick chicane because I'm not quite sure if it's called the Novell chicane or not. Heading through to back though, and you can see that the pack ahead of Lafitte, I believe that's the two McLarens have actually gone away, but heading up the inside of Winkelhock and Theo Fabi there. We made two moves in one corner. We're now going to head up the inside of Lafitte. We're going to head up the inside of the into Raskas, so we make that move work. We're up into third in the race. So as we end lap 1, heading through the last corner of the track, anti-Noakes corner, we're going to look at the replay of lap 1. You can see the two McLarens locking out the grid here as the lights go out, and you can just see how much wheel spin we just got straight off the start. Already passed by two cars, I believe Winkelhock and the Lotus of Nigel Mansell. Heading through turn 1, I get tapped by DeAngelis, my rival in this season, and not too much contact, but heading through Beau Rivage up into Casino, Nigel Mansell's getting held up in front. That allows us to close right up to him as we head around the outside at Casino. It's an unconventional move inside of Casino now. I actually make it stick. I wasn't expected to make that move on lap 1, to be honest, but have a look down the inside of Winkelhock. Can't quite make that move work because there's not really enough space. Heading down to the hairpin though, you can see on the right hand side of the screen there, Lafitte goes straight into the barrier. Later on the lap, we head up the inside of two cars, Winkelhock and the Brabham of Theo Fabi there, just about getting ahead of Theo Fabi. And now you can see Lafitte is getting held, well he's not getting held up, but he's going slow because there's no front wing. And that basically means we can get past into Raskas, but you can see the two McLarens up ahead are, they're not really dueling, but they're just, I think Prost is just holding Lauda up. Prost has definitely been the slower driver this season for some reason. He's just not been up to the standards of Lauda in 1984 so far, as we head through the tunnel now, and down out of the tunnel into the sunlight. I believe, actually, Lauda's made a huge mistake as he's crashed at the quick chicane there. I'm not quite sure how he made that. We need to see a replay of it. But he's made a huge mistake, and that could be his race over on lap 2 of the race as we head down the inside. He's not got a rear wing anymore, and I don't know if the pit crew will really repair that. You see a replay here, he heads through the tunnel, he taps the outside of the tunnel, he heads into the quick chicane, he hits the inside just like many AI have, and he loses his rear wing. And for a world champion, I don't know how he made that mistake. You can see we're heading through onto, I think it's lap 3, and we're not that far behind Alain Prost ahead. The gap between Prost and us at the moment is only about a second as we head into turn 1 on lap 3. There's a bit of traffic up ahead, might be an accident. Yes it is, Prost being held up actually. We've gone down the inside, and he just hesitated when getting past that lapped car, and I'm not really sure why he did that, but it was a really bad mistake from Prost there and allows us to take the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. But there's another accident up ahead, it's Philippe Alliot. I'm not sure what car he's in, but there's a huge pile up here. Probably 8 to 10 cars just in this one bit before the tunnels. There's a tyre in the tunnel for some reason as we head up through into Beau Rivage on lap 6, and you can see the gap's 16 seconds as we head up into Casino, and the rear of the cars actually went. I think we've got a puncture as we spin the car around, and yeah, we do have a puncture because the rear of the car just went. That wasn't a driver error. I think we've just picked up a puncture from debris somewhere, but we're having to wait for absolutely every car to go past. It's an absolute disaster for us races. We finally spin the car around, but we're going to see a replay of that in a minute, and yeah, we definitely got a puncture from some sort of debris across the track, and we're going to have to go right the way around the track just to get new tyres on to repair the damage as well. But it's an absolute nightmare for us at the moment. But yeah, that's just about the worst place on the entire track just to crash, because got to go the entire long way right around to the pits. You're going to see a replay through Beau Rivage and up into Casino. The rear of the car just slides, and it just goes, and I can't control it at all. I believe I've got a right rear puncture, as you're going to see. Yes, I do. I've got a right rear puncture. So I picked that up somewhere along the track. It might have been from that pile-up you saw before the tunnel or something like that. But yeah, it's an extremely unfortunate bit of an event there. You can see I'm still in 3rd position in this race. It just proves how sort of spaced out this pack is because of accidents. Because Niki Lauda, he had his accident. I'm not sure where he is on track, but the Cesaris, he's passed us. I believe Rene Arnoux is also going to pass us in pits because the pit stop's about 36 seconds as usual. But I don't. One thing I noticed in the pits actually is I don't think I put enough fuel in, because you do your strategy before the race, and yeah, I don't think I put enough fuel in. I only put about 10 laps in, 11 laps in, and that's only going to get me to about maybe 2 laps, 1 lap before the end. So it won't get me to the end unless I do a heavy amount of fuel saving. But you can see further along the track, I've caught up to the back of some back markers here, and there's been another pile up. This is the 2 McLarens, and I think that's Prost has lost his front wing somewhere. It's the yeah, quite a few cars here, and it's a complete traffic jam at Rascas. So yeah, the AI aren't acting their best around here. They're crashing a lot. Prost is going around like a snail because he's lost his front wing, despite only being like 20 meters from the pit entrance. But yeah, it's we've moved up in the third. You can see Rennie Arnoux gone into the back of Williams there. I'm not quite sure if he's just if he's out of the race actually, but heading behind Francois Hesno in the Ligier car. Drew Casino, he's actually getting lapped at the moment. He's not really getting out of the way, so we're going to go down the inside here before Mirbeau. Now got Winkelhock going at complete snail's pace through Mirbeau. You can't go really any slower through that corner. So we're going to take the opportunity to go down the inside at the hairpin, because back then they didn't really have blue flags, as he puts it straight into the wall. But heading behind more traffic here is Riccardo Patrese in the Benetton and Palmer there. But hitting the wall on the outside, I think we picked up another puncture, and you can see the cars crabbing through the tunnel. And yeah, we did. We picked up another puncture, and we've almost lost our front wing heading to the tunnel there. And I think it's a left rear puncture, so that slight bit of contact in Porty has given us a puncture. And yeah, Senna did that in 1988. He went out of the race, so we basically made the same mistake as he did. Went wide, hit the barrier there, and it just shows that Monaco, you cannot make any mistakes here, otherwise you are going to go into the barrier. Heading down to turn 1 now, and we've actually got a punt from behind, and as Patrese just punted us straight into the barrier. Why did he do that at turn 1? We were heading down to the inside here. You're going to see a replay. Heading out the pits really slowly. I head to the inside just to defend the position, and he gives us a right old punt into turn 1, and that loses our front wing. So we're going to have to go around the track once again to pit. Once again, it's so annoying. Heading out the lowest hairpin though, I felt the handling of the car actually wasn't that bad considering I didn't have a front wing. It was just a little bit more understeer. I think the tunnel is going to be a little bit more of a test, because usually it'd be just about flat out through the right hand tunnel there. But yeah, it's a little bit of a lift as we head out of the tunnel into the sunlight over the crest, and the car's just gone straight on. We've gone off the circuit there, and I don't know how that's happened. I think the front end of the car just lifted off and caused no downforce. As we see a replay, we're going to skip right over the curb there, the outside curb, and we get a bit of airtime. We're going to see a slow-mo replay, and the car just didn't have any front downforce, so it just went straight, and it was lucky there was no barrier there, otherwise it would have been a very, very heavy accident. So after that unlucky end to the race, that's only our second retirement in the season actually after Brazil, the first round of the championship. We're still in third, which isn't too bad considering we're in atonement. But we're only 5 points behind the leaders of Niki Lauda and Rennie Arnoux. They're tied on 23 points each. So it's a very tight championship at the top there. You've got the speed of Lauda and you've got the consistency of Arnoux. So it's going to be a tight championship between those two, I think. But the top 5 definitely looking very tight at the moment after that shock win by Theo Fabi. And that shock win by Fabi actually closes Brabham right up to McLaren. They're only 5 points behind McLaren at the moment. McLaren had a pretty shocking race. They only got, I think, 2 points in that entire race. So yeah, they had I think it was their worst race of the season after getting involved in so many accidents. But yeah, it was an absolutely crazy race. I had to do 3 pit stops, and I was involved in a lot of accidents, getting punted out by Patrese, which it didn't feel very nice. But yeah, not many overtakes on track actually. It was mostly crashes and accidents that drivers had. There was only 10 finishers for that race, which is the lowest number that have actually finished in the season so far. But I guess we could probably assume that because it's Monaco. Probably see similar numbers of people finishing at tracks like that, such as I think the US tracks, they're street circuits as well, so probably see similar numbers of finishers there. But if you like that absolutely epic race, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And if we could possibly aim for 30 likes once again, that's the target I'm trying to reach for every episode, that would be great. And I'll try and release the next episode as soon as possible. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.